220 came from, we were at Virgin Shorts, we were in the final the previous year with Bus Baby, and after we finished at the do, we were kind of having a drunken conversation about the kind of films that normally win Virgin Shorts, and I'd said to the cameraman, the sound guy, that it would be really good to do a film that just used the 220 timescale to show somebody's death, basically. Yeah. And that was it, and then we forgot about it until around about May, when we were at another film festival with another short film that we had in Virgin that we didn't think was strong enough to win, so that's what made our minds up to go and make this new short about somebody with magic glasses, which is a bit weak, but also we kind of wanted to do something that was a little bit more cinematic. And we'd noticed that some of the best shorts that we liked in Virgin Shorts, particularly one called The Black Hole, was purely visually driven and it had no dialogue, and so that was kind of the inspiration as well.
But there's three of us that shot throughout the period of the shoot. Me and a guy called Martin were there for 2 days, and Dave Noble, I think probably quite a lot of people know, was there for one of the days as well. And we shot it on a 5D and a 7D with whatever lenses we had between us, really. Quite a lot of it was shot on a 50mm 1.8. The tracking shots of the trolley, we put the camera on a 10mm lens and then flipped upside down on the monopod and just sort of tracked along with it like that, because we basically couldn't attach the camera to a trolley because it would be too shaky. And so we thought if you put it on a wide lens, you wouldn't really be able to sort of see the shakiness quite as much as if you put it on a tighter lens, because the wider you go, the less shaky it looks, really. So that's basically how we did the trolley shots, and yeah, that's it, really, I guess.
Yeah, and then kind of I couldn't afford an After Effects compositor, so I did it myself, and we only had a 2-week period to turn it over. But in some ways that was better doing it yourself, because if you sent it away and it comes back and the graphics look shit, then you fucked, so I'm pleased that we did it that way. And also working with these guys, they were having input all the way through the film. So for example, the woman, when she was coming in, it made sense to never have her in focus, so you're always shooting from behind, or you kind of never get a clean shot of her until right at the end. And I suppose she's meant to represent death as well, which is a hard sell to an actor or an actress. Can you play death for me, please? But yeah, it worked out really well.
Okay, cool, that's good. So it was a Virgin Shots film. Those two were both very well shot as well. Could you quickly talk about the Virgin Shots experience, kind of why you actually kind of went for it, and if any deadlines approached or anything like that?
Well, yeah, the first time round, when we put in Bus Baby, we just I'd seen a friend of mine had won the People's Choice the year before with a film called CGI Browns, and so that was kind of like, I thought, okay, right, that looks interesting. He's there with a load of celebrities on stage getting his awards. I thought, okay, that looks like a good platform. So we put in Bus Baby, we didn't think much of it, and then we got to the shortlisted, and we knew we weren't going to win because we saw the quality of the other films, and ours was doing something completely different. It was made as an internet viral, and it was educational. So we specifically targeted Virgin this year and thought, okay, let's try and go and win it. I don't think there's any point in just throwing a film into a competition, unless you're going to try and go and think about it and go and try and win it. So we did think a lot about the kind of things that win, but the structure of the short films that we had, and what kind of things could possibly win, and that was kind of why we went after it. Plus, also, there's a big prize money for Virgin Shorts, £30,000 for the winner, and this year we took that away. So
that's good times.
Yeah.
So with that, actually, winning the Virgin Shorts, what's that actually? What effects has that had on your career and the people who work with you? And the fact you actually won that money, what kind of projects are you kind of planning on doing? And what's the next step?
We've been doing lots of things. I mean, it is a career surge, there's no doubt. When you win a high-profile competition like that, you do get a career surge. But there's also added pressure. As my mate said to me the first time he went, nobody's fucking done anything yet with that Virgin money, so the pressure's on, isn't there, to do something decent with it. I mean, it is a pot of cash, but I mean, you're only as good as your next film, I suppose.
It's true.
It's given us, opened up doors for various different things. We're doing stuff with BBC, which I think we would have, possibly got that anyway, but, it doesn't harm to have won these competitions and have them, on your CV. Yeah. What about you, Andrew?
Well, for me personally, 220 was the first time I worked with Jason. I met him through a friend who was already working on the film. And it's the first time I worked with him. It came out really well. I was really happy with the finished products. And like Jay said, we've been working on BBC stuff since then. So it's sort of like, I worked on something for free. I didn't know how it might turn out, but it came out really well. And been working on BBC stuff since. So it always goes to show that it's always worth working on certain projects for free, because you never know what might come of it.
Yeah, we went out. We went out and shot. We shot two. It was originally scheduled for a 2-day shoot, a 2-evening shoot. We couldn't shoot until midnight, so it was midnight till 4 in the morning, which isn't a long time to shoot anyway, 4 hours. So we split that over 2 nights initially, and then we shot where the characters come into a restaurant and give the glasses in the restaurant, and then we looked at it and we're going, this is all wrong. You've got to keep the atmosphere of the streets all there. It's all got to be done on the streets. Yeah. So I called everybody up for the 3rd night, and they were not very happy that I'm pulling them out again. But I think it was the right decision,
Yeah. Well, it just got to show that reshoots can be a very favourable thing to do, because the fact you actually did the reshoot.
Well, yeah. If you're not happy with it, then kind of like go and do it again. Yeah. I mean, I think that's That's what you've got to do, and I know that you guys would do the same.
Yeah, that's good. Any questions?
Are Virgin helping you develop a feature film?
Yeah, but speaking to the previous winners, I don't know how much, you imagine that it's going to be, that I don't think they wrap you in cotton wool or anything like that. It's up to you to go out. It'll be no different than making any other film in lots of ways. Apart from there'll be a lot more paperwork and legalities than normally.
Fund it or anything like that?
Say again?
You're not looking to help me to fund it or anything like that?
They will fund it. They'll fund up to 30,000, I think,
right.
For this next one, and we're not sure what we're going to do yet. Although when I met John Hurt, I thought, I'll ask him if he'll do something. I didn't waste that opportunity, and he said he would. So but now we've got to write something for John Hurt. I'm going, okay, what I'm going to do? No idea. I might just do the Elephant Man again.
The Elephant Man abroad.
30 years on.
Yeah, well, actually,
without the makeup.
Yeah, kind of go like that. 30 grand. We'll get over to New York or something, shoot a film. If we don't make anything good, at least we've got a holiday. Yeah, good question.
Any other questions?
I just want to mention, you mentioned about your last film, A Virgin in a Short Sea. The story was good, but it wasn't the quality they wanted. Is that the case for you? It's got to look good, or?
I think that most people are shooting on DSLRs because they're replicating cinematic feel, and they're going to be looking for stuff like that. With Bus Baby, we thought that we had strong writing and there was some nice effects in it, but we knew that it wasn't going to be visually, appealing to them. So that's it. You've just got to keep ironing out the things that amateur about your films, I suppose, haven't you? So get your lighting right, get your sound right, get your acting right, and then that you're on your way, aren't you, to doing something decent, and then getting your story. I mean, I think the story's really imperative. It's imperative that you tell a story. As your director, you're meant to be telling a story, and so the better you become at telling that, whatever your time scale is, because ultimately an audience has got to watch it and enjoy it and get something from it, so.
Cool. Any more questions? All right, well, it's a pleasure to speak.
Yeah, cheers, Phil.